My wife called at 8:47 p.m., out of breath. Honey, I'm still stuck in my ethics meeting. They're grilling us about compliance reports. Her voice trembled just enough to sound exhausted. Convincing, almost admirable. I stared at my laptop screen. A small blue dot pulsed calmly in the corner of town. Her stepfather's house. Okay, I said evenly. Love you. Love you too. The line clicked dead. Silence flooded the room, the kind that presses against your ears. The GPS refreshed. Still there. I zoomed in. The dot didn't flicker, didn't hesitate. It was settled. So was I. For 12 years, I believed in her integrity more than my own instincts. She lectured me about ethics at dinner, corrected my language when I joked too sharply, told our friends that morality was a daily discipline. Now her ethics meeting had a driveway, and it wasn't the office parking lot. My pulse didn't spike. I didn't throw the laptop. I adjusted the screen brightness. Watched, waited, because betrayal isn't loud when it first arrives. It whispers. And I have very good hearing. The stepfather had always been a shadow in our marriage. Too involved, too familiar, too comfortable in my house. He would linger in the kitchen when she cooked. Stand too close, laugh too long at jokes that weren't funny. I noticed. I always notice. But suspicion without proof is just paranoia wearing logic's coat. So I stayed quiet. She began working late more often. Ethics meetings? Strategy sessions. Overnight retreats. Her phone flipped face down now, always. Once I picked it up casually. She snatched it back with a smile too sharp to be harmless. Work confidentiality, she said. Of course. Ethics. I started tracking her location 3 months ago. Not because I wanted to. Because I needed certainty. Every lie has a pattern. You just have to give it time to breathe. And she did. Twice a week. Same address. Same duration. 2 hours. Sometimes 3. Her stepfather's house. The man who once toasted at our wedding. The man who hugged her a second too long. The betrayal wasn't only physical. It was theatrical. Moral superiority by day. Hypocrisy by night. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for the emotional. I prefer documentation. I hired a private investigator. Not a dramatic one. A quiet, retired police officer who smelled faintly of peppermint and disappointment. I gave him dates, times, addresses. He gave me photographs. Her car in the driveway. Lights on in the upstairs bedroom. Curtains half closed. 2 silhouettes. One taller. One familiar. My chest tightened once. Just once. Then it hardened. I opened a separate bank account. Transferred assets strategically over weeks. Nothing illegal, just intelligent. I reviewed our property deeds. Her name appeared more often than it should have. That was my mistake. Trust makes you generous. Betrayal makes you precise. Then Thanksgiving approached. Her stepfather hosted, of course, tradition. My daughter-in-law called me that morning. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. She snapped, laughing. She thought I was the old, dependent father-in-law, the man living off family generosity. She didn't know. No one knew. I'll pass, I replied calmly. Enjoy. I booked a flight to Switzerland that same afternoon, a villa overlooking Lake Geneva, purchased 2 years ago, in my name only. A contingency plan I once thought was unnecessary. From the balcony, mountains behind me, I took a photo. Bright sky. Glass of wine. Infinity pool reflecting snow peaks. I posted it privately to the family group chat. No caption. Within minutes, my phone began vibrating. Once, twice, then endlessly. 71 missed calls. Mostly from her. A few from the daughter-in-law. Greed moves faster than guilt. When I returned home, she was waiting. Eyes red, voice shaking. You're hiding assets from the family? I placed an envelope on the dining table. Inside, photographs, timestamps, location logs. Her face drained slowly, like ink bleeding out of paper. This isn't what you think, she whispered. I didn't respond. Silence is more terrifying than accusation. She flipped through the images. Her hands trembled when she reached the bedroom silhouettes. We were just talking. At 10:43 p.m., I asked softly. She swallowed. Tears pooled. You tracked me? Yes. You invaded my privacy! I almost smiled. Privacy, an elegant word for secrecy. I slid another document across the table. Divorce papers, pre-signed, asset breakdown attached. You can't do this, she said, voice cracking. I already have. Her stepfather's name appeared in a separate folder. Financial transfers, gifts, transactions. Ethics meetings have invoices. The true devastation wasn't the divorce. It was the exposure. I forwarded the documentation to our extended family, carefully, dispassionately. No insults, no commentary, just facts, screenshots, dates, amounts. The daughter-in-law called first. Her tone had changed. "Uncle, there must be some misunderstanding." "No," I said. "There isn't." Her inheritance assumptions dissolved overnight. My will had been updated weeks ago. Charitable foundations, educational trusts for grandchildren protected from parental access. My wife begged, not for forgiveness, for financial negotiation. "I made mistakes," she said. "We can fix this." I looked at her the way a surgeon looks at a tumor, with clinical detachment. "You confused my patience with weakness," I told her quietly, "and my silence with ignorance." The house would be sold. She would receive what the law required, nothing more. Her stepfather stopped answering calls entirely. Cowards rarely stand in daylight. I moved to Switzerland permanently in spring. The air there is thin, clean, unburdened. Sometimes I sit on the terrace at night and think about ethics, about loyalty, about how easily people preach what they cannot practice. Do I feel anger? No, anger is hot. I feel something colder. Clarity. They thought I was the aging man grateful to be included. They thought I needed them. They mistook my restraint for dependence. Now the phone is quiet. No shouting about dishes. No breathless lies about meetings. Just silence and mountains that do not pretend to be anything other than stone. I didn't crush her with rage. I dismantled her with truth. And in the end, I didn't lose a wife. I removed a liability. That was the only ethical decision I ever needed to make.